Good morning, students. Today we will be doing the next topic of this chapter, lesson number 17, livelihood, that is on page number 109. Now on this page you can see the heading, labor, work and life in the village. Now students, here if you see this paragraph carefully in your textbook, it's written in this way, everybody calls her Madhuba. The name of the lady is Madhuba. She lives in Malpur village and got married in the same village. That is, from her childhood she lived in Malpur village and she got married in the same village. She and her husband worked together in the farm of a big farmer. After completing household chores, both of them go to the farm for labor at 8 o'clock in the morning. That is, after completing all their household work in the morning, both of them together go to the farm of a big farmer, which we saw already in the second line. So what do you mean by that, students? We saw in the previous video, farming and farm labor. So here it means that when both these people go to the farm of a big farmer, they are working there as farm laborers. They are doing the different work which has been given by the farmer to them. And they have two daughters who are studying in the government school of the village. Mongjiba is the name of a big farmer. He has 20 acres of land. He has a large area of land. Madhuba works here for livelihood. Students, here the spelling of livelihood is mistakenly printed there. It should be Livelihhood. She works from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the evening. That is from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now what all are the works which she does? First, she sows seeds in the farm. She weeds and does other works also. After working whole day, Madhuba gets wages in the evening. Now what do you mean by this? The whole day she is working and in the evening, at the end of the day, she is getting her day's wages. That is not salary as we get in the end of the month. This is wages, means whatever you do daily work, at the end of the day you will be getting the money. That is the meaning of wage. And once she didn't get work for many days. Sometimes it is difficult to find out work for every day, whether it is farm work or other work. Hence, she had to borrow money from Lavji Bhai. Now what is she doing here? That she is thinking that I am having no work. I had to borrow some money because I want some money with me in my hands. So she is borrowing money from Lavji Bhai. She was in urgent need of money since her younger daughter fell sick. Now, by chance, urgently, she wanted money because her younger daughter fell sick and we had to give treatment to your children if they are sick. It was necessary to return the money also. She borrowed the money, but a time period was given and she had to return the money. So what should she do? She did not even get work during that period. That is, she was having no work. So how will she earn the wages? So now, to return back the money to Lavji Bhai, she sold her anklets. She sold her anklets so that she could get some money from that sale, and this happened many times. Now this is one example given here of Madhuba not having money with her at the right time. So what she did, she sold many of her things so that she can get money from that and give it to the person from whom she had borrowed. This happened many times. In absence of farm work, she used to do work in others' farm as well as in stone mines. So students, here she is not able to get farm work for some days, then she will go to a stone mine. What do you mean by stone mines? A place that is a place where you have large rocks and you have to take out stones from that. How you do it? By crushing the rocks. Nowadays they are using dynamites to crush the rocks. So from that small stones they are obtaining, and then they use those stones to transport to different places for different construction works and so on. Since she is old, she cannot do more work now. She gets exhausted, that is, she gets very tired because of her advancing age. Hence, her husband helps her in her household chores. In doing the household work, her husband is helping her. They come back home in the evening, complete household work, prepare meal, and then they eat. So what do you understand by this? Her husband is helping her to do everything, right from the farm work till the household work, from morning till evening. There are many such people in the village who do not own their land. That is, they work as farm laborers. Some people have small pieces of land Small landholders are dependent on rainfall for farming. Some people have to migrate to other places for getting labor when there is no rain. So students, here we can conclude with some of the points. Let's see what do you mean by this specific incident. So students, here we conclude with some of the points from this incident of Madhuba and her husband. What can we see? That Madhuba and her husband work as farm laborers. We saw in the previous topic, not farmers. Farmers are those who are having their own farms and doing the farming work. Farm laborers are those who help them in all categories of work of farming. And the name of the main farmer here was Mongjibai. They were working in his farm. Then from morning till evening, from 8 a.m. in the morning till 4 p.m., husband and wife both were working. But sometimes what happened? They did not have any work in the farms. Why? Because of seasonal problems, extreme rainfall, or extreme drought season, etc. Whatever can be the reason. So when they had no work, it was difficult for them to earn a comfortable living. Why? Because they had no money with them. So once during this point of time, when they had no work in the farm, the younger daughter fell sick. So now they have to treat the child. So they borrowed money. That is, Madhuba borrowed money from Lavji Bhai. And now she has to return back the money. After treating her daughter, she thought, now I have to return the money back to Lavji Bhai, from whom she borrowed the money. So she sold her anklets. After selling her anklets, this happened many times in her life. So she thought that if I sit like this, when there is no work, I'll starve. I'll have no food to eat and feed my family. So she began to go to work in stone mines also. So we can conclude something from this paragraph, from this incident, that in a rural life or in a village life, in rural areas, people are totally dependent on natural factors, example rainfall. Farmers are dependent on rainfall for their harvesting of crops. Second point, people in villages earn their livelihood by doing small types of work. For example, here we saw they worked as farm laborers. Some go in stone mines to work. Some go for cattle rearing. That is, small types of work they do to earn their living. And it is not permanent. If a person is having a farm of his own, then he is a permanent person having a fixed income from his farm. It can be less or more according to the harvest of crops. According to the seasonal problems, it changes, but still they have a piece of land of their own. But those who don't have that, they are working as laborers in somebody else's field, in somebody else's mine, then they are having problems in running their family. Then the third thing which we can say is that they migrate to cities. Some people migrate. Migration means going to cities for jobs or for business or any other purpose. That is, they are leaving the village areas to earn their livelihood. Now students, on page number 110, you have a topic over here, things to know, in the pink box. Now this shows the time period, that is the whole year is shown over here in this chart. We can see how Madhuba's work is carried on. The incident which is studied just now, how the work is done in the whole year, we can see from this chart. Starting from Jan, if you see, for each spoke of the wheel, each month you have to calculate. First spoke here is Jan, then Feb, March, April, like that it goes on till December. Now students, you can see these months from Jan to April, nothing is written over, it's empty. That is what? It is somewhat a period where Madhuba has no work at all. And then from the month of May till the month of July, you can see the plowing and the sowing work is carried on. That is May ending, you can say. Approximate just figures, you have to calculate here. Approximate from the end of May or the last week of May till June, the farmers are plowing the field. So in this case, Madhuba, she is plowing the field along with her husband in that farm and of Mongjibai. And they are plowing the field so that the farm can be ready to sow the seed. Then in the month of July, they sow the seed. The farm is ready now. They are sowing the seed. Why? Because it is rainy season. That is the best time to sow your seeds. Then they have to wait for the month of August till mid-September or till the end of September. They have to wait. The crops grow to a certain level if the season is good. If there is extreme rainfall, the crops are wasted. If there is drought, very less scanty rainfall, then the crops dry up. So it depends here upon the rainy season here. This part, these 2 months here. Then in the month of October, if the crop is ready, the rainfall was favorable for them, then the crops are ready for harvesting and they have to only take out the weeds now. Weeds means unwanted plants. In between your crops, some plants just grow up. They are known as weeds. So you have to take them out from your field. Otherwise, they will grow along with your good crops. So that is known as weeding, taking out unwanted plants from your field and keeping the good plants there as it is. Now, after this month has passed, you come to the month of November. There you have your crop ready to harvest. That is, you have to cut the crop. And when you are cutting the crop during this month, then you have the different categories of work of cleaning the crop, taking out the husk, removing the husk, everything. You have to clean that and all. And then you have to take it to the market to sell it. So these 2 months again you are busy. So you can see that somewhere in between there is no work for the farmers. That is, in this case, in the example of Madhuba, she is having no work in some of the months. So let us see the questions given there just below the chart in your textbook on page number 110. So now students, let's answer the questions on your textbook on page 110 just below the chart. The first question is, when does she get maximum work? When does Madhuba get maximum work? The answer is there on the board. June, July, September and November are the months when she gets maximum work. We saw in the chart. Second question, in which months does she get less work or she does not get work? Answer is in the month of December, end of December, then Jan, February, March, April, May, August and October. These are the months in which she does not get work properly. Third one, for how many months she had to look for work? 5.5 months. The answer is 5.5 months. The next one is in the pink box, discuss questions. First one, what work would Madhuba do in her house every day? Cleaning, sweeping, mopping, preparing meals, etc. A normal household work, whatever we do was done by Madhuba also. Second question, how would Madhuba's husband help her in the house? All the chores done by Madhuba are shared by her husband too. That is, students, he was also sharing in all the work which she was doing. Why? Because he was a person who had helping nature of doing everything together. So here we conclude this video. What did we see in this video? We saw how Madhuba is earning her livelihood for her family, she and her husband, both. So we can conclude that in a rural life, in a village life, people, however, meet their ends by doing small chores. If they're not able to do it, they find it in cities, that is, they migrate to cities to earn their living. The next topic we'll be doing in the next video. Now students, these 5 answers, the 3 on the top of the pink box and the other ones, the discuss questions, you will be doing it in the textbook itself. You will be writing these answers in the textbook itself. I'll be sending a PDF of these answers which you are having in these boxes here along with the PDF which I sent from the textual exercise. So you have to write these answers in the textbook itself. Why? Because these are small answers to be done just below the topics. Only the textual main exercise we will be doing in the notebook. Hope students have understood this topic. In the next video, we will be continuing with the next topic. Thank you.